Greetings, everybody. Today, here at Rise, we would like to present to you our poster titled GenVoid, Employing Speculative Design to Critically Examine Gender Neutrality. This poster was made under the guidance of Professor Grace Eden as a part of Living Lab, IIIT Delhi, and the contributors include Ananya Singh, Apeksha Maithani, Arshad Abbas Shahabuddin, Sushmita Vavilala, and myself, Riya Sogani. In this poster, we have critically examined gender neutrality using speculative design and design fiction by creating a what-if scenario in which gender is no longer relevant in society. Before we start, let us first define what speculative design and the related terms mean. Speculative design, as described by Dunn and Raby, focuses on critically examining our potential interactions with technologies. Its aim is to challenge norms and preconceptions, raise questions, and provoke debate around the future consequences of present-day technologies. Design fiction was a term used by Sterling as a way to describe the exploration of the future by making possible scenarios in which design artifacts are used and a world is built around them. In our project, we will be using both speculative design and design fiction to explore the concept of gender neutrality, which is an idea that social and cultural institutions should avoid distinguishing roles according to people's sex and gender. By gender here, we mean the socially constructed set of attributes that reinforce gender stereotypes and push us toward acting a certain way based upon these constructs. This project explores a future with no gender binaries. In order to do this, we first conducted a participatory workshop where we initially introduced participants to the concepts and aims of speculative design, encouraged them to engage in critical discussions around gender as an identity marker, and had them then hypothesize the implications of a future gender-neutral society. They were then asked to brainstorm props to exist in this potential future using the Thing from the Future cards, which is an imagination game that challenges players to collaboratively describe and build objects from a range of alternative futures. On analyzing the insights gained from this first workshop, we were able to create 3 main props and a couple of other artifacts as well to help us envision a future gender-neutral world. The 3 main props from our future include firstly the gen robe, which is a unisex garment that uses fashion to conceal one's secondary sexual characteristics in order to maintain their gender ambiguity. Second, an exhibit called Behind the Clothing that allows people of the future to learn about the evolution of gender throughout history in an educational environment in order to make informed decisions regarding choices for expressing their gender. And lastly, Gen R, which is an app that reinforces gender-inclusive language using artificial intelligence. Further, the supplementary artifacts that we've created to further help with our world-building process consists of tweets by the people of the future, and also a new legislature called the Gender Neutrality Act, which mandates the use of future objects to make a more gender-neutral society. With the help of these props, we were able to create a diegetic prototype of our proposed gender-neutral world, which we then presented to the participants in our second workshop. The participants were then introduced to a fictional character from our proposed future, played by one of the project members. This allowed them to understand and discuss how gender is conceived differently in our proposed world. They then shared their critiques and insights for the same. While some participants considered this future world utopian, others thought that the scenario was a nuanced composition of both dystopian and utopian outcomes, since it could impede freedom of expression by mandating people to wear uniform-like clothing that hides their features. We would like to conclude that working towards a gender-neutral society in the future helps us change perspectives about gender in the present day. The artifacts designed for this project help us examine how fashion can be used in the future to transform creative expression and gender presentation. This project started as a way to understand the relevance of gender and the potential results of its absence in society, to critically examine a world where true gender neutrality exists, far away from largely binary and patriarchal systems that exist today. Thank you.